Hey fellow gamers, today I wanted to talk about a different game that I have been playing a lot off stream. I know this isn't the typical Genshin Impact video, but I want to do a personal review of Armored Core 6. Fires of Rubicon, the latest installment in the Armored Core series by From Software. As a fan of their games, and especially with the success of Elden Ring, I was thrilled to dive into this mech-based action RPG. Armored Core 6 is a third-person, mission-based game where you control a giant mech called an Armored Core and complete various tasks including battling other mechs and exciting boss battles. The combat is fast-paced and action-packed and very reminiscent of the Gundam series. It's a refreshing departure from the slower, methodical movements found in Dark Souls or Elden Ring. One aspect I loved about this game is the decision-making element. Despite being a technically linear story, your choices in certain missions can influence the outcome and lead to multiple endings, adding an exciting layer of replayability. The gameplay is fluid, with a wide range of weapons at your disposal, including rockets, cannons, missiles, and swords. It's high octane and keeps your adrenaline pumping throughout the experience. Moving on to the graphics and visuals, it's essential to consider the art style and creative direction rather than solely focusing on hyperrealism. Armored Core 6 strikes a great balance between a cohesive art direction and graphics that are good enough to immerse you in its world. Though it may seem a bit gray and bland due to the dominant presence of smoke, fire, and robots, it aligns with the overall aesthetic that doesn't hinder the experience. When it comes to sound and music, Armored Core 6 does a decent job of setting the tone and immersing you in the gameplay. While it may not have standout tracks like in Genshin Impact or Final Fantasy XVI, the sound effects are well done and contribute well to the overall immersion. Now let's talk about customizations and upgrades. The customization and upgrades in this game are incredibly extensive. You have the ability to swap out weapons for your right arm, right shoulder, and left shoulder, which opens up a whole range of possibilities. And that's just scratching the surface of the weapon systems. You can also change the head, arm, body, and legs of your Armored Core, allowing you to create a unique playstyle tailored to your preferences. The game really encourages experimentation, as certain enemies and bosses may require specific builds to defeat. Plus, the best part is you can buy and sell equipment at the same price, so there's no fear of wasting money on subpar gear. You're free to try out different setups and find what works best for you. Moving on to multiplayer, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon offers both 1-on-1 and 3v3 matches. While I haven't delved too deeply into the multiplayer aspect myself, the few times I did play were smooth and enjoyable. I haven't encountered any issues with matchmaking or lag, which is always a relief. It's important to note that I primarily focused on the single player campaign, but the multiplayer experience has been solid so far. On the subject of performance and technical aspects of the game, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon has impressed me in this department. I've put more than 50 hours of gameplay and have yet to experience a single bug, crash, or frame rate drop. It runs flawlessly on my Ryzen 3600 XT, 32 gigs of RAM, and RTX 2070 setup. From Software really deserves credit for delivering a well-optimized game right from the start. It's refreshing to see a title with minimal technical issues, and I hope more games follow suit in the future. Lastly, I want to address who this game is for. If you're a fan of mechs, anime, Gundam, and high-speed action, you'll definitely find enjoyment in Armored Core 6. However, it's important to note that this isn't an open-world title. The game follows a mission-based structure, so if you're looking for a vast open world to explore, this might not be your cup of tea. It's a niche game, but I highly recommend giving it a try if it aligns with your interests. It's available on both PC and consoles, so you can choose the platform that suits you best. In conclusion, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon is a captivating addition to From Software's list of amazing titles. Its fast-paced combat and extensive customization options make for an exciting and immersive gameplay experience. While the graphics and visuals may not be hyper-realistic, they align perfectly with the game's art style and direction. It is a quality game that delivers on providing deep customization options, a solid multiplayer experience, and impressive technical performance. Remember, gaming is all about enjoying the experience without breaking the bank, so before you make any purchase, do your research and make an informed decision. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!